All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Mannschrecks. I am one of your hosts, Sarah Mannschreck.
And I'm that other one, JJ Mannschreck. And we are here back in the place where, what do I always say? The place where we go to get away from things that have a point.
Yes, which makes it very dull. So have fun.
It's fun. It's exciting here. You want to be here. You take a break from the world. All right, little housekeeping before we jump in. I did want to, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just wanted to give a mention. We got a wonderful note this past weekend from Natalie Stotts, who reached out to us, and she had some positive words to say about you on the Mother's Day podcast, the one we had that came out last week.
Oh, yeah.
It just said it was encouraging to hear you give voice to what she was thinking, and then she was describing like what's going on in her churches and Mother's Day, and a lot of the things that you said resonated with her.
Oh, cool.
And I just thought that was a really nice note. Nice. She sent that to us, and so shout out. Thank you so much, Natalie. That warmed our hearts. It's, we do this. I think we do this for us, right? Like you and I do this. We would do this almost without even posting, right? It's just fun to make this podcast.
I mean, I won't lie. I have never listened to an episode of this podcast. I prefer not to listen to myself, so that's why you edit and everything.
Yeah, I listen to them just to make sure they sound okay. Yeah, like I'm checking audio because we've had so much trouble with audio quality. But like we make it for fun, and so when we find out that people love it, like it was very positive and very like feedback was really wonderful. It was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Nice.
There's people out there that listen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And they enjoy it. So that warmed my heart, and it felt really good. All right, you ready to approach the news desk?
I am.
Go for it.
All right. So my first story is very creative about a wonderful invention. It says, Minnesota man invents a beer-powered motorcycle.
I actually saw this, and I could not figure out. I didn't click on it, but
I have so many questions. So it's a Minnesota man, and he makes unusual vehicles, and he unveiled his latest creation, which is a motorcycle that runs on beer. So he has previously invented a rocket-powered toilet and a jet-powered coffee pot, but this beer-powered motorcycle is his latest invention. It says he created it in his Bloomington garage, and it has a 14-gallon keg with a heating coil instead of a gas-powered engine. So it says it heats the beer up to 300 degrees, which becomes superheated steam in the nozzle, and that propels the bike forward.
Wow. Okay.
So the price of gas is just getting up there. I don't drink. I'm not a drinker, so I can't think of anything better than to use it for fuel. I wonder if it's a statement against the whole Budweiser. No, I'm just kidding.
That's so
But I just find it so interesting. He says he estimates that the bike could reach speeds of 150 miles per hour. He hopes to take it out to the drag strip soon to test its capabilities.
I don't know. I bet if it's run off of steam, I doubt it would go that fast. Although this is his gig, right?
Yeah,
that's what he does.
He's an inventor
of unusual things.
Right?
So
Very unusual things.
I bet he knows what he's doing.
His son said that he speculates that the motorcycle could be adapted to run on almost any beverage. It could run on Red Bull, Caribou coffee, anything. But beer? Sure, why not? His son said. It says the motorcycle will eventually be retired someday and will have a permanent home in his at-home invention museum. He's created his own invention museum of his stuff.
It's like Practicus Pots.
It is. It's Practicus Pots from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I
love that. That's awesome.
I was so shocked to see that. So anyway, you looking to get in the market for a beer-powered motorcycle, you just contact this man in Minnesota. He's got you covered.
That is really fun, though.
It's just so funny. So, yeah, that is out there in the world.
I was trying to guess. So when I read the article, I didn't read the article. Sorry. When I saw the
headline,
article, I was trying to calculate. I was like, would a gallon of beer be cheaper than a gallon of gas? And I kind of don't think so, right? Even the cheapest beer out there, like it costs a lot of money.
Well, but apparently if you can use any liquid, it actually would end up being cheaper. Like say you just used water or something. That could be cheaper. Like if it's creating it to make it into steam, which will propel it forward, like
yes,
I mean, it could be so much cheaper. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe you buy beer from, but I mean, you could make your own beer for that matter. I know that's probably more expensive, but if you buy the cheapest kind of beer there is, I mean, who's driving that thing every day? Far. Like, it's not about that. It's about the novelty of it, right? So,
right. It's like if you invented a car that could actually run on banana peels, like Back to the Future. Like that's what you want. All right. Yeah. How wine and candy helped an Australian woman survive 5 days in the brushland.
What?
It's an NPR.
You didn't die?
She did not die. NPR.
Wine and candy?
I love, so when you think about eating healthy and living a healthy life, the two things that you really generally tend to avoid is alcohol and sweets.
Yeah.
Right? Like those are both very high calorie things that are, it's just they're.
But they just suck the energy out of you. Like
a woman who went missing in the Australian wilderness after making a wrong turn survived for 5 days on wine and candy. Local authorities said.
Gosh.
48-year-old woman who the police identified in a press release only as Lillian was rescued by helicopter on May 5th in the Mitamita bushland, which is a stretch of dense eucalyptus forest in the southeastern state of Victoria, which is, of course, in Australia.
So she was hanging with the koalas, right? Because the koalas enjoy the eucalyptus trees.
So she was driving towards Dartmouth Dam for a day trip from a nearby town of Bright when she hit a dead-end road and she realized she made a wrong turn. As she tried to turn the car around, the vehicle became stuck in the mud. But here's where it gets tricky. She had no cell service, so she's unable to call for help. And health issues make it difficult for her to try and walk.
Oh, no.
So she can't walk.
She's literally stranded.
She's stranded, but ultimately that may have helped her survive because she was able to use the car heater overnight to stay warm. And then, let's see. So she was only planning for a 2-hour drive. It was just supposed to be a little 2-hour drive to the thing. So she had only brought a few snacks, some candy, and a bottle of wine, which
I'm just imagining this woman being like, it's going to be a short car trip. I'll just be driving down the road, chugging a bottle of wine. Is that the best decision?
No. So she intended to use it as a gift for her mother.
Okay,
Lillian
good.
does not drink.
Oh, my
police
gosh.
said, but she did eventually consume the bottle.
Oh, my gosh.
Her only liquid for 5 days.
I can't imagine. You would absolutely die of dehydration.
It's very dangerous. So her family reported her missing after she failed to make the check-in. There was some bad weather, so they couldn't search by air for a little while. The area is so vast, if you can imagine. We're talking about hundreds of kilometers that Lillian might be in, the police spokesperson told News 7 on the 4th day of searching. We don't have a starting point at the moment. Her sister-in-law told the News that she was unfamiliar with the area, but she was excited to see it on her trip. So she's from 160 miles to the southwest of that area. But she was doing this drive up to see people. And after 5 days, they finally spotted her by helicopter standing on a dirt road and waving her arms about 37 miles away from the nearest town.
Oh, my gosh.
So, I think a healthy and physically mobile person
would have taken a long... Yeah.
But it would have taken you all day. Mm-hmm. Probably a day and a half to walk.
But if you can't walk it...
She couldn't walk, though. It sounds like she could move, but long walking was not going to work.
Would be too much for her. Oh, my gosh, it's terrifying.
So after being lost in the bush for 5 days, she was extremely relieved, grateful to see us, and we were just as happy to see her. She was treated for dehydration at a nearby hospital, but otherwise appears to be healthy.
Wow.
Wine and candy saved her life. So just throw out those emergency kits that you put in your trunk and fill your trunk.
The granola bars.
Yeah.
And just bring the wine and
wine and candy. That's all you need to survive the Australian outback.
Wow. Couldn't have killed a koala and eaten that for meat? No,
Ew.
probably not. I'm just joking. That seems mean. I'm sorry. Anyways, my next story is quite interesting. It says, a photographer says a woman requested a refund on wedding photos after 4 years of marriage. I'm now divorced.
Oh, nope. Sorry. Nope.
This photographer shared on Twitter and Facebook his claim that a former wedding client had asked for her money back after she got divorced. So he was... apparently this woman inquired after 4 years of being married. She was married in 2019. He photographed the wedding, and he shared some screenshots from a conversation. The bride contacted him and said, I'm now divorced, and those pictures I have with my ex-husband, I don't need them anymore. You did a wonderful job, but they went to waste as we are now divorced, and I'm going to need a refund in the amount we paid you because we don't need them anymore. The man responded with, "This is a joke, right?
That's insane.
I've already
right?
delivered
That's
you the service.
ridiculous.
I can't refund you because I can't untake the pictures."
Yeah, what on earth?
But it really does. It says, "I'm divorced, so I need a refund." So the client argued that his contract didn't state that he had a no refund policy, so he should be entitled to a refund. And I'm thinking,
Nope.
no other provider of wedding related services or any service like that. It's like going to a restaurant 2 years later and saying, "I actually hated that meal that I had there. You owe me a refund on that."
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, that was 2 years ago. But 4 years later to be like, "I'm divorced, I need my money back." That's just...
It's like going back to your college and saying, "Hey, I don't use the degree that I got there. I'd like a refund." And the college is like, "You took the classes.
Sorry.
You got the stuff." Like,
Yep, you learned the information. So
the photographer did his job. He spent the money. He went out. He did his service. That's...
Can you imagine? It says, the photographer said, "I would like to remain professional with you and just reassure you that you will not be getting a refund. It's bad enough that you want a refund 4 years later, and it's very embarrassing on your part." The bride claims she was going to have a conversation with her lawyer.
Nah.
The photographer responded thinking it was just a prank. Like, why would you do this?
Come on, no lawyer's going to take that seriously.
It says, "I can't imagine what your lawyer would do. That's not the way to deal with it, but there's nothing more I can do for you." Like, then the bride responded a couple days later that she said she was going to get her lawyer to deal with it, but she was requesting at least 70% of her money back.
No.
So she can, quote, "move on and heal from everything." Is the money going to help you heal from everything?
I understand divorces are very
Yep.
expensive, and it's shifting financial situation. That's hard. But you don't go hitting up your photographer. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who, like, our wedding photos, we were kind of bummed because there were like some of the pictures missing or whatever.
A lot of family pictures were not taken.
We missed a few shots that we really wanted.
Yep.
But like, we didn't go back to her and say we demand a refund because she did the job that we asked her to do. Good or bad, it's already done.
Right. We paid thousands of dollars, something, and I'm not going to like go back and be like, "Hey, I'm actually really disappointed. You owe me a refund." Like, that money's gone. It is what it is. I'm not going to go back and claw it back. Like, you give that payment in good faith, and like, if the person never turned my photos to me, then I would seek a lawsuit.
You did not.
If I paid thousands of dollars and I received nothing, that's a different situation.
To clarify, we did not pay thousands of dollars for our wedding.
No, we did not.
Sounds like this lady must have.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
Why on earth would... I mean, she's seeking financial restitution years later. It must have been a chunk of change.
Maybe.
Right? Like,
or at least she's just disappointed because she doesn't want to have to deal with these photos anymore. But, just don't look at the photos then.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, after the whole thing went viral and the photographer shared this information on Twitter and Facebook, the ex-husband of this woman reached out to him, to the photographer, and was apologizing, saying, "This is, ridiculous. I'm really sorry. I'm apologizing on her behalf. You don't have to worry about this. This is a silly request. The divorce was really unfortunate, but you can just ignore her claims and,
oh my gosh,
and everything." So it's like, wow, this is really embarrassing.
That is, like, that's just all kinds of goofy.
Oh man. It's so interesting because apparently her biggest claim is that when she signed the contract, it didn't have a no refund clause. And it's like,
have a refund clause. Like, there's no...
Why should there be a refund clause? Like, the photographer spent his time. Like, he spent all of his time. Like, you paid him for his time.
Yep.
He spent however many hours photographing your wedding, doing your reception, all that stuff. Like, and you paid that person for their time. You can't get that time back to them.
Well, and it's so there's no refund policy, but there's also no refund policy, right?
Yep, there doesn't need to be.
Like restaurants. I go to a restaurant. There's no sign on the wall that says no refunds because that's not how restaurants work. Everybody knows that's not how restaurants work. Like, that's ridiculous. That just is not how it goes. That's amazing.
Is apparently they interviewed lawyers and stuff for this. It's a Fox News article, so apparently they went into it and asking about what is the rule, and it says the general rule in a service-based agreement where the basis for the same is delivery of services or a product, the customer or client needs to either accept or reject the service in a reasonable time. Here, 4 years is not reasonable, let alone the fact that she no longer wants the photos for the reason of divorce.
No,
it's not a logical grounds for
I think the
money.
day after the wedding, it's not logical grounds. You know, like you can't. The service has been provided. Mm-hmm. He has completed that service. Mm-hmm. You still have to pay him.
You have had the session. The account is now closed. Time has passed. It's done. You can't go back and say, "I need that money now, sir," because I'll just go back and untake all those photos, and you can send me back all the pictures and everything.
The time that he took to do it.
Exactly.
You know? This maybe I'm just being ridiculous, but I think if you have, especially if there was some kind of a contract, but if you have hired a photographer, even if the wedding gets called off, they have taken that day, they have traveled to your location, they are there, you still got to pay those people, right?
Oh my gosh, that's like stiffing your DJ. That's why they ask for a deposit, and then you pay before before the service is provided, because people have stiffed someone on their bill.
I don't know, and I get it. It's a bummer. I'm really sorry to hear that you're going through a divorce. But there's just that you're not going to get money. That's totally, that's so crazy.
It's unethical.
Honestly. Little bit, yeah. Well, but I'm more just like, it's just silly. It just makes it look silly.
Is. I know that was my response to it. I laughed and went, "Are you joking me?"
Well, it's like the photographer coming back. Is this a joke?
He was like, "This must be a prank."
You are not a serious person.
No.
Like that. Oh, I feel bad, and I feel bad for her because.
She's clearly having some struggle with this divorce.
Man. Boy.
Anyways.
All right. TheGuardian.com. U.S. police running to a voice crying for help, surprised to find a sad goat.
I so want to hear the story. A sad
Police
goat.
Officers in Oklahoma responding to what they thought was a man in need of aid instead found a very upset goat. It's exactly what you said.
Where was the goat?
So it was just outside of this house. So police officers in Oklahoma responded to what they thought was a man crying. They got a surprise when they reached the scene. The anguished cries that they heard from the farm were actually those of a goat. So there was body cam footage that went viral. And the police department, the Enid Police Department, Officer David Sneed told his colleague, "That's a person." Like you can hear something in the distance. They're like, "That's a person." So they run towards what appeared to be a voice crying for help. And then the one guy says, "That's a goat." "That's a goat?"
I can't imagine.
The officers approached the farm owner and he told them that the goat had been separated from a friend and was very upset. He has two goats. And
oh my gosh, they were separated.
They split them up and the one got
just talking to each
upset
other
about it.
Oh my gosh.
I think I hear somebody yelling, "Help," and they hear the goat continuing to cry in the background. I'm sitting here in the backyard and I hear it, but I don't know if it's an animal or a person. But sure enough, here we are walking over and I'm like, "Oh, that's totally a person." Coincidentally, the footage landed online as the internet celebrated the 10th anniversary of the periods when goats yelling like humans went viral.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
the goats,
that.
Right?
Yeah.
The funny goats.
Screaming goats.
The screaming goats.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Goats,
that's funny.
Apparently yelling is a common way of communicating distress, ranging from wanting to be fed, with the young goats, they say that, or they could be calling for their mothers or whatever.
Wow.
And this guy says, "In my experience with goats, it doesn't take much for them to scream bloody murder, as if you are torturing them when you're simply handling them." This is Jean Marie, an animal scientist at North Carolina State University.
Wow. That is so random. I'd be so embarrassed.
I think, though, okay, so in my brain, when I read that story, all I could think of was Raven. So for listeners who don't know, we have a dog. She's a beagle, and she just
cries.
She cries. She yowls.
When she wants something badly.
And she doesn't like going outside. Mm. We make her go outside so she can go potty, but she does not
like to stay out there. No, she wants to come immediately back in.
Yeah, she's at the door. So if we ever put her out for any amount of time, she's been out there for like 5 minutes and it's a nice day, it's sunny, and we're like, "Go outside, go play, run around." She will sit there and just yelp and whine, and she makes it sound like she's being tortured.
It does. It sounds like she's being harmed.
And I'm just convinced that our neighbors think we are monsters.
They probably do. I'm sure they do. And honestly, it's because the biggest reason we put her outside is because she'll take food out of the boys' hands while we're eating. And the boys have cried so many times because they have set their food, their hand on their lap, and she's right under the table. She bites it right out of their hand.
Yep.
Too many tears have been shed. So we put her outside when we're eating because otherwise she is an absolute scavenger.
She'll sit right there at the door.
She will sit at the door and whine and cry and yelp. And it probably does. It probably sounds like she's being beaten.
Yep.
She's not. She just really wants to come inside and get food.
We love her. She's just a little stinker.
She is, but oh my gosh, I can totally see it.
She has no tolerance for pain, right? Like when we've had to like clip her toenails.
She hates having her toenails clipped.
Or
she
just anything that involves us physically touching her. If she doesn't like it, she yelps and yelps and yelps, and she just makes it sound like she's being wounded. And so I totally get
this. So
this
dramatic.
Lady's like, goats make it sound like bloody murder, and I'm like, yep, I know animals like that.
I know some animals like that. 100%. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so that made me laugh a lot. Oh, and the article ends like this. All in all, you really can't say that it was that bad of a call.
No, but that joke was pretty bad.
I hope listeners could hear your eye roll.
It was audible. Oh my gosh.
Are you ready for Sponsor Your Life?
I am.
All right.
So Sponsor My Life this week is just, I guess I enjoyed downtown Midland. We went to a cool little coffee shop that you've checked out a few times. Our reason for going there was you left your debit card there, but we did get some delicious coffee. Very cool coffee shop. And then
we got to meet the manager. She was a really cool lady.
She was with the operations manager at a couple different.
And she was like fixing the machine, and I was like, you don't seem like a normal employee if you're here like fixing the machine. So I was just kind of asking, do you own this place or whatever? And she was just talking about the co-op, and there's some like art stuff coming up, and I was like,
that was really cool.
It was really cool. There was they're very plugged into the local scene.
It was a nice place. And then after that we went to a literally 20 feet down the street there was a little park, and we went there with the boys, and that was fun because they got to
super fun.
Run around, and then we had our nice little picnic lunch, and that made for a good morning. So just hanging out downtown really Midland and enjoying the summer weather finally.
For sure.
How about you?
All right, so Sponsor My Life. I'm going to do some food again because food just sponsors my life often.
It does keep you alive.
I love food. But the burger bowl, I don't know if it has a better, I guess they call it a cheddar jalapeno burger bowl. Mm-hmm. So basically, so for Mother's Day, this past Mother's Day, the boys and I, we wanted to cook something special. The boys have no interest in this food, but they do like to help make food, and so you take the meat and you put it into a big ball, and you take a glass, like a smaller glass and cup, and you push it down in the middle so it makes a bowl out of the meat.
Bowl shape, yeah.
And then you put together some ranch dressing, cheddar cheese, like shredded cheese, diced up jalapenos, and then bacon diced up, and you mix all that together and you put it inside the burger, so the burger becomes a bowl, and it makes this huge, messy monstrosity.
Melted deliciousness.
Amazing. You and I used to make that before we had kids.
We didn't make it frequently. I made it a few times because it's kind of an investment.
Thing. Yeah, but it was
a lot of
so
money.
Fun, and it's been years, and so we made that, and it was super fun. The boys had a good time.
The boys tried to try as they're called, a jalapeno, and it was too spicy for him.
I felt so bad because I guess I had it in my head that jalapenos aren't that spicy. It's the seeds that are spicy. That's what I thought.
I mean, the oils from the seeds could get on.
Yep,
it,
and so I cut them off a little piece. I was like, it's kind of like a bell pepper, but it's a little spicy, and it was a lot spicy.
For them,
so they chomped right into it, and I had
they trusted you. They love bell peppers.
I had two crying toddlers in the kitchen for a little bit there, and I felt so bad. That was totally my fault.
That's the last time they were going to cook with you.
It's true, but we had a good time, and they got to help me push the glass into the meat and make the bowl, and it was a fun Mother's Day thing that we got to do for you. Nice. And it was delicious. That was a crazy burger bowl. Mm-hmm. That sponsored my life today. Anyways, are you ready for our game?
Yeah, I have no idea how to play. So help me out.
In keeping with our theme, we have been trying out talk show games and stuff. We've been playing all kinds of stuff. We did that Prosperity, Price is Right, and we did the Heads Up. We've done that a couple times. We did Mad Libs. We did all kinds of stuff. So another one we wanted to do is there's a couple different names for it. There's Rapid Fire. I actually think it's kind of like Family Feud. Mm-hmm. It's where you rapidly ask people questions. So I'm going to call it the Mannschreck Family Feud. So there's a list of questions.
Okay.
We could just call it Rapid Fire.
Okay.
So basically what it is you get 5 seconds, and I ask you as many questions as I can in that time. And there's no real winners and losers. It's just to show how difficult it is to think. It's kind of like the 5-second rule game we used to play.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to throw a bunch of these at you, and you just answer as many as you can.
Yes.
Go. What is your job title?
Mom.
What was your first job?
Barista.
What's your favorite month?
June.
What's your favorite season?
Summer.
What's your favorite animal?
Oh, time's up.
Oh. Did you say barista was your first job?
Hold on.
Oh.
I was technically a babysitter.
That's
I did
how it
work at
works.
a coffee shop right after I graduated.
Yes.
Okay.
Go.
What is your favorite color?
Red.
What is your favorite food?
Burgers.
What is your favorite word?
Happy.
What word do you hate hearing?
Moist.
Whew, okay. I understand.
All right. Ready?
Go.
Who's your hero?
Jesus.
Where'd you last go on vacation?
Great Wolf Lodge.
Go-to pastime.
Reading.
You were trying so hard not to say TV.
No, I wasn't. For some reason, knitting came to mind, and I was like,
Knitting?
"You don't knit." I was like, "You don't knit. You haven't knit since you were in college." All right, ready?
Go.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Where did you grow up?
Grosse Pointe.
Where do you live now?
That's not true. Freeland.
Flowing.
It's hard. Oh my gosh, I'm giving the wrong answer, and there's like this weird stress.
Right. But also, I was like way overthinking it. I was like, when I almost said knitting, I was like, you don't knit.
Well, and I didn't grow up in Grosse Pointe. I was born in Grosse Pointe. I grew up in Troy.
I would say, yeah.
That's super funny.
Isn't that crazy?
What was the other one I messed up? I can't remember. Go. Name a 4-letter word that starts with the letter B.
Bird.
What's your favorite type of weather?
Sunny.
What's your best non-curse one-word insult?
Fart. Not insult. That's probably what I yell when I'm mad about something. Oh, fart.
Let's try a 30-second round.
Okay.
Or is that too many?
No, let's
do
try 20 seconds.
Yeah, let's double
That's
it up.
probably
I want a
what
little more time to give you fart.
Oh, fart. Okay, go. Ready?
Ready. Go.
Name an onomatopoeia.
A platypus.
What is your favorite store?
H&M.
What time do you usually wake up in the morning?
6.
What time do you usually go to bed at night?
I think 11.
What is your favorite type of music?
Punk.
What is your favorite movie genre?
Action.
What is your Hogwarts house?
Probably Ravenclaw.
Why did I think Hufflepuff?
No, everybody. I feel like there's like a vibe of people wanting to be in Hufflepuff. I was a huge nerd in school, though. I really think Ravenclaw makes sense for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I didn't read Harry Potter in high school.
Yeah,
And I didn't read Harry Potter until we got married.
I wonder what you would have been. You're very brave.
Normal. I would have been normal because I didn't read Harry Potter.
So what is that? Gryffindor? You would have been Slytherin, wouldn't you?
Probably.
All right, ready?
Yes. Go.
What has been your favorite age so far?
Ooh. I don't know. I like my 30s.
What's your go-to lazy dinner?
Oh, something with sourdough.
Favorite thing to do in the summertime?
Garden.
How often do you floss?
Not enough.
What was one of your nicknames?
Mascara.
What was your major in college? Did you just say your nickname was Mascara?
My uncle used to call me Mascara.
Your uncle? That's wait, because Sarah.
Yeah.
Mascara.
And then was later shortened to Scara, and I hated it.
Yeah.
My uncle always called me Mascara. I didn't even wear makeup in high school, so I don't know where that came from, but he called me Mascara.
Funny.
It's probably really weird.
I like
my name is
that.
too short to have a nickname, so.
It's true. Sarah just doesn't lend itself to anything. I mean, what are you going to do? S? No, that doesn't work.
You ready?
I'm ready. Go.
What is the stupidest dare you ever agreed to?
Oh, jeez. So many.
Okay, next one. What item is worth spending more money on?
Bed.
Is your bed made right now?
No.
Well, I made it, so yes.
Oh.
If you could afford any car, which one would you drive?
Oh, Tesla?
Really?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I want a self-driving car is what I meant to say. I want a self-driving electric car. That would be awesome.
Would be fantastic.
All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go. What dish do you cook best?
I don't know.
Can't think. What's story do you tell the most often?
A story? I don't know.
What's your hidden talent?
I don't have any hidden talents.
What's your favorite board game?
Oh my gosh, my brain is dead right now. This game is hard.
What's your favorite rainy day activity?
That was the worst round.
It was just like you passed on every single round.
Suddenly I was thinking too much.
Can't do that.
What game is my favorite? Now I have to
Your
stop
favorite?
from...
Yeah. All right, what's your
Or
favorite?
like Heads Up. That's not a board game.
No, that's not a
though.
board game. Do you like You like life? Do you like twists and turns?
I do like that life twists and turns game. I like trivia games.
That's true.
Those are really fun.
Love trivia games. That's right.
Trivia games are really fun.
I kind of forgot about that because we got out of the habit. Like we just read the cards to each other.
We do. That's how we play trivia games.
All right.
Or Scrabble.
What's your hidden talent? I feel like not enough people
I don't think I have a hidden talent. I can pick up things with my toes really well, but all moms can do that.
I don't think all moms can do that. I think the toe thing is totally
very
unique.
strange.
I love that. All right, and go.
How do you usually answer the telephone?
Hi.
Who is your favorite Disney character?
Ooh, Aladdin.
Ooh, finish the phrase. The way to my heart is...
Food.
What are you most looking forward to?
Heaven?
What is one thing you wish you enjoyed more?
Oh, vegetables.
I'm thinking like an activity, and you're thinking more food.
That's the only thing that matters in life.
I guess so. Ready?
Yes. These are yes or no's.
Okay, go.
Do you enjoy performing in front of an audience?
Sometimes.
Do you vote in local elections regularly?
Yeah.
Have you ever won a contest?
No.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you believe in soulmates?
No.
Do you believe in stuffed animals? Do you sleep with stuffed animals? I messed it up.
That question was so good.
Do you believe in stuffed animals?
I believe in you.
It's like Tinkerbell. If you don't believe in them, they deflate.
I believe in fairies. Yes, I believe in stuffed animals. Do I sleep with stuffed animals? I mean, if that's a pet name for you, then maybe. This is a
There's
weird
no
game.
stuffed animals in our bed.
That's true. Oh
Occasional
boy.
toddler, but no.
Okay. It's true.
All right.
All right. Are you ready for these yes/no questions?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Go.
Have you ever won a bet?
Yes.
Have you ever delivered a perfect comeback?
Yes.
Do you have a bucket list?
No.
Are you in the profession where you dreamed of when you were a child?
No.
Would your 12-year-old self think you were cool?
No.
Would you ever skydive?
Yes.
Have you ever walked out of a movie theater mid-show?
No.
But you should have. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Yes, all the time.
Oh, man. That's good.
No, 12-year-old me would be very disappointed in Pastor JJ.
That's true.
Ooh, okay, so these are either ors.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Ready?
Sorry.
Set,
all right,
go.
Work or play?
Play.
Love or friendship?
Friendship.
Money or happiness?
Oh, happiness.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Summer or winter? Interesting.
Summer.
Okay, morning or evening?
Morning.
Salty or sweet?
Salty.
Do you watch shows one episode at a time or binge whole seasons?
Oh, I guess one at a time because I don't have time to binge seasons.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't,
I don't
jump
have time
around,
to sit down.
Right? Like, no, but we...
Okay, I don't binge shows in
Yeah.
one sitting.
No, not in one sitting, but I do think we watch shows...
I watch them from to completion,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Over a period of time,
All right.
not in one day. I have kids. I can't do that.
Ready?
Okay.
Go.
Do you shower at night or in the morning?
Morning.
Would you rather fly or have super strength?
Fly.
Would you rather find your dream job or win the lottery?
Dream job.
Physical strength or mental strength?
I have my dream job, though. What was it?
Physical strength or mental strength?
Mental strength.
Are you more of an introvert or extrovert?
Very extrovert.
Night out or night in?
Night out.
Expensive presents? Oh.
Okay. Go.
Okay.
Guilty pleasure?
Eating chocolate chips.
Go-to karaoke song.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
What was your last Google search?
Odd news stories.
What is the punchline to your favorite joke?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
What was your last impulse buy?
Something for my kids, maybe.
Which celebrity annoys you the most?
All of them. I'm such a fun person.
All right, go.
What is the weirdest thing your pet does?
Scooter butt across the floor.
If your pet could talk, what would she say to you?
Give me food.
What are the least likely 3 words someone would use to describe you?
Quiet. And I got nothing.
Wow, I was going to say no words, but apparently you nailed that one.
Yep, that's it right there.
Go.
What's the meaning of life?
Serve Jesus
What
and make
motivates
disciples.
you the most?
My family.
Whose death hit you the hardest?
I don't know, maybe my grandpa.
Mm-hmm. What quote resonates with you?
Oh my gosh, quote?
Yeah.
This is really hard to think.
These are like deeper questions.
Yeah, I can't. My brain doesn't work that fast.
This is the category of deep rapid fire.
Oh my gosh. Ready?
Go.
What is your most strongly held belief?
Jesus is God's son.
What trait most defines who you are?
Extrovert.
What stranger do you still think about sometimes?
Stranger? There's no... what? I don't think about strangers.
Not someone that you came across one time and you were like...
That I still think about?
Yeah, like I wonder what would have happened if I had done this or said this or...
Oh, that's a weird question.
Oh, you're not one of those people who like goes back in your mind and is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe...
I feel like that's a big difference between introverts and extroverts. Like... Or just like, I don't know, there are people who have like social anxiety and they just like stress and think, because I see that a lot. People say, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about that one time that I did something embarrassing in 3rd grade.
Not even embarrassing, like, just like sometimes I'll come across someone or they'll say something to me and I'm like, what would I have said to them? Or what would I have, I don't know.
See, and I just do not replay past awkwardness in my brain ever. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I feel like your brain, when you're not like working or something, is just this like blank sheet blowing in the wind. Like there's nothing there. There's just a billowing sheet in the wind. There's
That's me. I know. I guess I've never really... I'm trying to think. So if there's like an impactful stranger. So someone I've never known, but like...
Or not even impactful. Like say you run into someone, like we were living in Chicago and you ran into someone or like had like a weird, like a chance conversation with someone on like the train or something. And you ever like think back and go, I wonder what would have happened if I'd said this or what have I done this? Or, you know, I wonder where they are now or what they're, you know,
I've
like...
done that a lot with like people we've helped like through the church, you know, like we help someone and... You never really always get to hear the end of those stories. Like people who come in and they need like a gas card or they need help with rent or, and sometimes we get really invested in people's lives, you know, like we really, really help people out. Like 2 or 3 times we've gone big. We've run massive fundraisers to help save a baby that was born way premature or there was a couple that was trying to restart their life after dealing with drug addiction and we like refurbished their apartment. We had people donate couches and stuff and it's, you just kind of wonder like, I wonder what they're up to now, you know? Like, I wouldn't call them strangers.
It's more of...
They're not people we knew well.
Right.
They were strangers. They came to us, and just because we love Jesus, we're trying to help them out. And so we would we would invest in them, and you just kind of think, I wonder
how they're doing.
You know, how that all worked out for
I
them.
get it.
Because you can't follow people around, but... And they don't always stay in your community. Sometimes they move away or whatever, and so... I don't know. I do think about that sometimes of like, I wonder how much the help we've given has helped. Yeah. So. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We love making this podcast. We hope you love listening. If you do enjoy it, leave us a review. Give us 5 stars. Hop on to if you're on Apple product or iTunes or whatever, you can actually go and leave us a written review. And that is very helpful. It pumps us up in the algorithm and helps more people find this fun, goofy, Christian comedy, whatever this thing is that we do.
Thanks so much, Music Time, for the use of our theme song. That's a pretty cool thing.
You ready for I almost said for the theme song.
I'm so ready for the theme song. Am I singing it this week?
Are you ready for the mom joke of the week?
I am. So what did one plate say to the other plate?
I have no idea.
Hey, dinner's on me.
What? Well done. Well done.
Yes, I know.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See ya.